Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I've created this really smoky, awesome purple smoky eye. Yeah, I've been really busting to try out this Colourpop eyeshadow called Lace. It's just this really awesome purple eyeshadow and I absolutely love the way it turned out. Purple really complements brown eyes as well. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this tutorial and please stay tuned. Okay, starting out with the skin, I'm priming with the Mercier Radiance primer and just massaging that all over the face. And then priming under the eyes with the Napoleon Perdis Auto Pilot primer. And then for foundation, I'm just using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD and I'm just spraying my brush with some MAC Fix Plus just to see how that worked with the foundation, and I really liked it. Just using my Sigma F82 round Kabuki. Now onto concealer, and I'm just using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer. And I decided to spray my damp beauty blender with some Fix Plus just to see how that worked, and it seemed to lift the product off my face, as you can see there. So I had to rinse the sponge with some water and I just had to touch up that spot around my nose and it still turned out alright. And then I just set my whole face with my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Light Plus. Okay, onto the eyes, and for a transition shade, I'm using Barcelona Beach by Makeup Geek and blending that into my crease with my Sigma E40 blending brush. Once I was happy with the darkness of the transition shade, I moved on to the neck shadow. And for that, I wanted to use my Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. And taking the shade Purple, I'm placing that all over the mobile lid with a flat shader brush. This will act as a base for the Colourpop eyeshadow. This shadow was a little harder to blend, so I actually had to build the colour up quite a bit so it didn't look too patchy. Next I took Colourpop's Mittens and Makeup Geek's Corrupt and mixed those two together on the same flat shader brush and started dabbing that onto the outer corners of my mobile lid, just bringing it up to the crease and slightly above that. I kept building the colour up until I was happy with the darkness of the outer V and also making sure that both eyes matched. Then I took a smaller blending brush and carefully placed it just in the crease, and with small circular motions I gently blended those dark shadows out, being careful not to bring the shadows up too high. Take your time with this step. Keep double checking in the mirror to make sure both eyes match. Keep blending up a little bit more until they do. I added a little bit more of those dark shadows to keep deepening up the outer V and just blend it out gently with the same blending brush. I added a little more shadow to the other eye to even them both up and then blended out the edges with my E40. And now for the best part. I'm taking Colourpop's Super Shock eyeshadow in the shade Lace, and with a clean shader brush I'm adding that to my mobile lid and stopping just as it gets a bit darker at the outer V. And I made sure I blended Lace in with the darker shadows. And then I just took this little smudger brush just to blend out that little edge there. Then I did the exact same thing to the other eye, of course, and gave it a good blend with the little Zoeva brush again. Then I decided to finish off the rest of my face, so for bronzer I used the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. And I just used the highlighter out of the same little duo. And then I just took this Hourglass Ambient powder to help blend all of those powders together. And then for blush I'm just using Makeup Geek's Spellbound. And then onto brows quickly, I just used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Chocolate. And then set them into place with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. Now back to finish the lower lash line, I'm taking the shade I used earlier in my crease again, and with that smaller Zoeva fluffy brush, I'm just smudging this on the lower lash line, and I actually brought that down quite low and really blended that out. And to darken it up a bit more, I mixed Mittens and Corrupt together again and started smudging that along the lower lash line as well with a flat shader brush. And for any fallout, you can just take your powder brush and lightly but quickly just flick it away. And then just blending the lower lash line out. And then I decided I wanted a subtle brow bone highlight, so I'm taking Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean and using that little smudge brush to dust it on the brow bone. And then I just gave everything a really good blend with that E40 again. And then I took that gorgeous purple lace shadow again and placed it along the lower lash line too, just to match the upper lids. Next it's time for some eyeliner, so I'm using my Maybelline gel liner in Blackest Black and I'm lining my upper and lower waterlines. And I made sure to smudge it into my lower lash line really well so there are no white spots of skin showing through. And then I curled my lashes and applied heaps of my favourite mascara as usual. You could add some false lashes too if you like. And then to finish off the eye look, I had to add an inner corner highlight, so I decided to use this foiled eyeshadow by Makeup Geek called Daydreamer. And a nude lip. And that's the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!